Welcome back, everyone. Today we're not just traveling the world, we're exploring how a move abroad could open the door to a whole new life. Imagine starting fresh in a stunning village that actually wants you there, and might even help you settle in. We'll discover places that offer incentives for newcomers, especially those seeking real connection and community. If you love the idea of travel-changing lives and want to be part of a global community, hit that subscribe button. Let's dive into our first destination. Italy, land of rolling hills, pasta, and la dolce vita. It's a country that has inspired poets, artists, and dreamers for centuries, with its sun-drenched landscapes, timeless villages, and the promise of a slower, richer way of life. Here, every meal is a celebration, every street corner tells a story, and every sunset seems to linger just a little longer. But beyond the tourist hotspots and bustling cities, there's a quieter Italy, one that's hidden in the folds of the countryside. In small villages like Candela and Santo Stefano di Cesano, life moves at a gentler pace. These places, with their winding cobblestone streets and pastel-colored houses, are inviting newcomers to help breathe new life into their communities. Facing dwindling populations and empty homes, these towns have come up with a creative solution. They're offering financial incentives and in some cases, even €1 homes. The catch? You need to commit to restoring these charming, time-worn houses and, more importantly, to becoming a true part of village life. It's an invitation to roll up your sleeves, invest in the future, and make a real difference. But this opportunity is about so much more than cheap property. It's about joining a close-knit community where neighbors greet you by name, where traditions are cherished, and where you might just find yourself learning the secrets of homemade pasta from a wise, passionate Italian woman who embodies the very soul of her village. It's about sharing laughter at the market, exchanging recipes, and discovering a sense of belonging that's hard to find elsewhere. Imagine yourself at a long Sunday lunch under the shade of olive trees, surrounded by generations of families, the table overflowing with local delicacies and stories. Picture learning ancient recipes passed down through centuries, kneading dough with your neighbors and being woven into a tapestry of relationships that stretch back through time. Here, food isn't just sustenance, it's a language, a celebration, and a way to connect. The mayors of these villages aren't just looking for investors, they're searching for people who will invest their hearts. They want newcomers who will embrace the rhythms of village life, who will help keep their heritage alive, and who will become stewards of the traditions that make these places unique. It's about preserving a way of life, not just restoring old buildings. Of course, it's not all romance and pasta. You'll need a plan, a willingness to work hard, and a genuine desire to contribute. Renovating a centuries-old home can be challenging, but the reward is a life rich in culture, connection, and purpose. You'll gain new skills, forge lasting friendships, and become part of a story that's bigger than yourself. Picture yourself wandering through ancient ruins at dusk, the golden light bathing the stones in warmth. Imagine sipping local wine as the sun sets over the village, sharing laughter and conversation with friends who feel like family. This is a place where you can truly belong, where every day brings new discoveries and simple joys. For those seeking authenticity, this is a rare chance to help restore not just buildings, but a way of life. You'll be welcomed as a neighbor, a friend, and maybe even find a partner to share in the adventure. Together, you'll help shape the future of a village, leaving your mark on its history and its heart. Italy's villages are offering more than just incentives, they're offering a dream. A chance to live a life filled with meaning, beauty, and connection. It's an open door, waiting for someone with the courage and curiosity to step through and make it their own. So, as we leave Italy, imagine yourself in a stone house with a blooming garden, surrounded by neighbors who know your name and care about your story. This isn't just a move, it's an invitation to become part of something timeless, to find your place in a community that values connection, tradition, and the simple joys of life. What an incredible opportunity. Next stop, Japan, a land where the ancient and the modern exist side by side in a delicate, beautiful balance. Here, centuries-old shrines nestle quietly among glass skyscrapers, and the rhythm of daily life is a harmonious blend of innovation and tradition. From the bustling heart of Tokyo to the tranquil countryside, Japan is a place where every moment feels touched by history, yet alive with possibility. But beyond Tokyo's neon lights and the fast pace of city life, there's another Japan. One that's quieter, slower, and deeply rooted in community. In these rural towns nestled among misty mountains and rice paddies, the population is aging, and the future feels uncertain. Yet, these communities are not giving up. Instead, they're opening their doors, inviting newcomers from around the world to help breathe new life into their traditions and way of living. To encourage new beginnings, these towns offer generous grants, housing subsidies, and hands-on support for those willing to make the leap. Whether you're a young family, a solo adventurer, or a couple seeking a fresh start, you'll find opportunities to settle down, start a business, or simply become part of the local fabric. The only requirement? A willingness to embrace Japanese culture, respect local customs, and contribute to the community's future. Life here is about more than just a change of scenery. It's a true cultural exchange. Imagine learning the art of the tea ceremony from a wise elder, or sharing stories over a home-cooked meal in a tatami-matted room. The women of these villages, often the keepers of tradition, are eager to share their wisdom, teaching newcomers the subtle beauty of Japanese etiquette, seasonal customs, and the importance of harmony in daily life. Building a life here means more than just finding a place to live. It's about forging deep connections, showing patience, and earning trust. Over time, you may find yourself truly integrated, perhaps even forming bonds that lead to marriage, the ultimate bridge to belonging and acceptance in Japanese society. It's a journey that requires openness and respect, but the rewards are profound. Picture yourself living in a traditional wooden home, waking up to the sound of distant temple bells, and joining in centuries-old festivals filled with lanterns, music, and laughter. Here you can discover your ikigai, your reason for being, by participating in community life, whether it's helping organize a festival, tending a shared garden, or simply being a good neighbor. The incentives and support make it easier to settle in, but the true reward is something deeper, a life of mindfulness, harmony, and genuine connection. In the quiet moments, whether meditating in a Zen garden or walking through fields of cherry blossoms, you'll find a sense of peace that's hard to match elsewhere. Here, you might teach in a local school, learn to farm alongside your neighbors, or open a small business that brings new energy to the town. Every day is a chance to learn the art of Japanese living, where attention to detail, respect for nature, and care for others are woven into the fabric of life. For those with an adventurous spirit and a deep respect for tradition, rural Japan offers a path to peace, purpose, and partnership. The landscape itself invites exploration, hiking through lush forests, working the land, or simply enjoying the changing seasons with new friends. It's a rare invitation to become part of something enduring, a community where generations come together, and where your presence can help shape the future. So as the sun rises over misty mountains and cherry blossoms bloom, the question remains, will you answer the call and become part of Japan's living story? Now let's head to Portugal, a land of soulful music, golden light, and warm welcomes. Beyond Lisbon and Porto, rural regions are inviting newcomers to help their villages thrive, offering residency pathways and support for entrepreneurs. Here, building a life means embracing deep family bonds and the soulful saudade that defines Portuguese culture. Imagine restoring a farmhouse, sharing long lunches, and being welcomed by a community eager to share its traditions. Mature Portuguese women bring strength, warmth, and a sense of belonging that turns a house into a home. The incentives may be subtle, but the lifestyle, affordable, rich in culture, and full of connection, is priceless. For those seeking sun, community, and a slower pace, Portugal offers a chance to build something real and lasting. Could this be your new beginning? Set sail for Greece, a land where the ancient and the everyday blend seamlessly, and where the warmth of the sun is matched only by the warmth of its people. Here, every sunrise over the Aegean feels like an invitation to start anew, and every winding street tells a story that stretches back thousands of years. Across the lesser-known islands and tucked-away mainland villages, a quiet revolution is underway. Communities, eager to preserve their unique heritage, are opening their doors to newcomers. They offer not just land, homes, and stipends, but a chance to become part of something timeless, a living tradition that needs new hands and hearts to keep it alive. Life here is about more than just beautiful scenery, it's about forging deep connections. When you arrive, you're not just a visitor, you're welcomed as family. Especially if you find yourself building a partnership with a strong, passionate Greek woman, you'll discover the true heart of the community. She is the keeper of stories, the anchor of her family, and the bridge between past and future. Picture yourself learning to cook with recipes passed down through generations, your hands dusted with flour as laughter fills the kitchen. Join in the olive harvest, feeling the rhythm of the land and the pride of a shared bounty. Every festival, every gathering, is a celebration of life's joys and a comfort in its sorrows, moments that bind the village together. The incentives offered by these communities remove the usual barriers to starting over. With support for housing and living expenses, you're free to focus on what truly matters. Learning the language, sharing your own skills, and weaving yourself into the fabric of village life. Whether you're restoring an old stone house or teaching a new craft, your contributions are valued. Here, life moves at a gentler pace. Evenings are spent watching the sun dip below the horizon, sharing stories and meals with friends under the open sky. There's a beauty in simplicity, in the resilience of a community that has weathered centuries, and in the traditions that continue to shape each day. Winters may bring a hush to the landscape, with quiet streets and cozy firesides, but the sense of belonging only deepens. In these moments, you'll find comfort in shared stories, in the gentle rhythm of village life, and in the knowledge that you are truly home. For those ready to embrace a new chapter and become guardians of a precious way of life, Greece offers a love story as epic as its myths. Here, you can walk among ancient ruins, tend olive groves that have stood for centuries, and watch the sun set over temples that have witnessed the rise and fall of empires. The next chapter of your life could be written here, on these storied shores. Will you answer the call and become part of Greece's living legend? Our final stop is Spain, a country bursting with passion, art, and a zest for living. In regions like Asturias and Galicia, villages are offering incentives to attract new residents, sometimes even cash for couples willing to put down roots. Life here is about community, tradition, and sharing everything with a vibrant, loving Spanish partner. Imagine long family lunches, lively fiestas, and the joy of being truly known and valued. You could reopen a bakery, start a small inn, or simply become part of the town's heartbeat. Each region offers its own unique culture, food, and rhythm, like a continent of experiences in one country. The commitment is real, but so are the rewards: connection, purpose, and a life filled with flavor and love. Spain invites you not just to watch the fiesta, but to join the dance. Our journey ends here, but for some, a new adventure is just beginning. Around the world, communities are waiting for people ready to build a new life, find connection, and maybe even love. These are real opportunities for a fresh start and a deeper sense of belonging. If you're inspired, dream big and explore what your next chapter could be. Subscribe for more stories, and until next time, be open to the journey.